Earlier this year, a finance worker at Arup, a global engineering firm, received what seemed like a routine video call from their CFO and several trusted colleagues. The faces on the screen were familiar, the voices unmistakable, and the setting, an ordinary workday in a bustling office, felt completely normal. The request that followed, however, was anything but ordinary. Transfer $25 million and do it immediately. The urgency in their voices left no room for hesitation. Everything about the call looked and sounded routine. There were no obvious red flags, no awkward pauses, no technical glitches. But beneath the surface, it was all a carefully crafted digital illusion. In reality, every face and voice on that call, except for the finance worker, was a deepfake, generated by artificial intelligence with astonishing precision. The technology mimicked not just appearances, but subtle mannerisms and speech patterns. Convinced by the familiar faces, the professional tone, and the apparent urgency, the employee followed instructions and wired the money to accounts in Hong Kong. Within moments, the funds had vanished, leaving no trace. Only after the fact did the shocking truth come to light. The CFO and colleagues were nothing more than AI-generated puppets, their digital likenesses manipulated in real time by skilled criminals. This wasn't a sloppy phishing email or a poorly written scam. It was a sophisticated, high-tech con, exploiting our most basic instinct, to trust what we see and hear with our own eyes and ears. The scammers orchestrated a 20-minute virtual meeting, animating multiple avatars and syncing voices in real time. They responded to questions, made small talk, and even referenced recent company events, all to build credibility. The tools to impersonate anyone, once the domain of Hollywood studios or intelligence agencies, are now available to criminals with a laptop and an internet connection. Deepfake technology has become accessible, affordable, and alarmingly convincing. The Arup heist is a wake-up call for organizations everywhere. The old adage "seeing is believing" no longer holds true. In this new era, even the most convincing video call can be a trap. Now we must verify everything, even the face and voice of our own boss. Trust, once built on visual and auditory cues, must be reinforced with new layers of security and skepticism. The era of digital deception is here, and it's only getting started. As deepfakes become more sophisticated, the line between reality and fabrication will blur even further. If a video call can't be trusted, what can? The very foundation of digital communication is being challenged, forcing us to rethink how we authenticate identity and intent. Welcome to the age of deepfake crime, a world where seeing isn't believing and vigilance is our only defense. How did scammers create a fake C-suite? With deepfake AI, they scraped the internet for videos and audio of Arup executives, interviews, speeches, social media. Using generative adversarial networks, or GANs, they trained AI to mimic faces and voices, refining the fakes until the day they could fool a human eye on a video call. Voice cloning tools, needing just seconds of audio, recreated the executive's speech patterns and accents. The result: digital doppelgangers lip-synced in real time, responding just like the real CFO. The finance worker wasn't talking to a static image, they were interacting with a convincing, dynamic avatar. The illusion was seamless, and the scam was devastating. The Arup heist isn't an outlier, far from it. What happened there is just one example of a much larger, rapidly evolving threat that's spreading across industries and borders. It's the tip of a fast-growing iceberg, and what lies beneath is even more alarming. The scale and sophistication of deepfake fraud is accelerating at a pace few could have predicted. Deepfake fraud incidents surged an astonishing 3,000% in 2024, according to cybersecurity firm McAfee. That's not just a statistic, it's a wake-up call for every business and individual. The technology behind these scams is now cheap, widely accessible, and improving at breakneck speed. Anyone with a laptop and an internet connection can create convincing fakes in minutes. Deloitte estimates that AI-enabled fraud could cost the U.S. a staggering $40 billion by 2027, and that's just one country. Globally, the losses could be far greater. CEO fraud, often powered by deep fakes, now targets hundreds of companies every single day. No organization, big or small, is immune from this new breed of attack. Why the explosion? AI tools are everywhere, and our digital footprints, videos, podcasts, social posts, are easy pickings for scammers. Every selfie, every interview, every online meeting is potential raw material for a convincing fake. Most companies are dangerously unprepared. 80% have no deepfake detection protocols or response plans in place. Many don't even realize how vulnerable they are until it's too late. The old trust signals, a familiar face or voice, are now liabilities. What once reassured us can now be weaponized against us. Deepfakes aren't just a corporate threat. They can disrupt families, friendships, and even entire communities. These tools can impersonate anyone, your boss, your mom, a politician, or even you. The consequences can be deeply personal and far-reaching. The very foundation of digital trust is cracking under the pressure of this new technology. What we see and hear online can no longer be taken at face value. The threat is now industrial scale, affecting millions, and we're all potential targets, no matter our role or industry. The tsunami of fakery is here. The question is, are you ready to face it, or will you be swept away? The $25 million Arab heist is just one in a rapidly growing list of deepfake crimes that are shaking the world. These scams are no longer rare or isolated. They're multiplying, evolving, and targeting everyone from global corporations to everyday citizens. In 2019, a UK energy CEO was tricked by an AI-cloned voice into wiring $220,000 just from a single phone call. The scammer mimicked the boss's accent, urgency, and even subtle speech quirks, making the deception nearly impossible to detect in real time. Politics isn't safe either. In 2024, New Hampshire voters received a robocall from a deepfake President Biden, urging them not to vote in the primary. The call was so convincing that it sparked confusion and outrage, raising fears about the future of election security. The cost to create this chaos? Just $1. That's all it took to generate a fake voice capable of influencing a democratic process. Even bank security, once thought to be ironclad, is now vulnerable to these AI-powered attacks. Financial institutions are scrambling to keep up. A reporter recently used an audio deepfake to bypass voice authentication and access their own bank account, exposing just how easily these systems can be fooled by synthetic voices. Celebrities are prime targets too. Deepfakes of Elon Musk and Taylor Swift have been used to promote fake crypto giveaways and bogus products, tricking thousands of fans on social media and costing them real money. These scams prey on our trust in familiar voices and faces, spreading confusion, panic, and stealing millions of dollars from unsuspecting victims. The psychological impact is just as damaging as the financial loss. The tools behind these scams are cheap, fast, and incredibly effective. Anyone with a laptop and an internet connection can access them, lowering the barrier for would-be criminals. From corporate fraud to political meddling, deepfakes have become a criminal's Swiss Army knife, versatile, powerful, and hard to trace. The creativity and sophistication of these scams is only growing. No one is immune, and the threat is only getting more complex with each passing day. So, how are deepfakes made? It's all about AI and data. Scammers collect videos and audio of their target, then feed them into deep learning models, usually GANs. The AI learns to mimic faces and voices by pitting two neural networks against each other. One creates fakes, the other tries to spot them. This back and forth polishes the fake until it's nearly indistinguishable from reality. For video, the AI overlays the fake face onto an actor, matching expressions and lip movements. For voice, it analyzes pitch, tone, and cadence, then reconstructs speech that sounds natural, even emotional. Scammers add background noise or urgency to mask imperfections. The real power comes when this tech is paired with psychological manipulation. The result, a weaponized illusion, ready for a heist. The tech is scary, but social engineering is the real weapon. Even the best deepfake fails if the victim doesn't take the bait. Scammers use urgency and authority. This is confidential. Act now. To override skepticism. Victims are isolated, pressured, and emotionally manipulated. In personal scams, fear or love is exploited. A fake call from your child in trouble, or a loved one needing help. The deepfake makes the story believable, but it's the script that seals the deal. Before, scammers needed acting skills. Now, AI does the acting. They just need to push the right buttons. Our instinct to trust familiar faces and voices is their entry point. The real hack is psychological, not technical. That's why these scams work. So, how do you protect yourself in a world of digital imposters? Rule 1. Verify, then trust. If you get an urgent secretive request, pause. Use a different channel to confirm. Hang up and call back on a known number. For families and teams, set up a safe word or challenge. Question only, It sounds like spycraft, but it works. Be mindful of your digital footprint. Limit public videos and audio. Adjust privacy settings and think before you share. The less data out there, the harder it is to clone you. Protect your likeness like you protect your passwords. In 2025, skepticism is your best defense. For businesses, defense starts with strict multi-step verification for all financial transactions. No transfer, big or small, should be approved from a single call or email. Always require confirmation from multiple people, using different channels. Employee training is critical. Teach staff to spot deepfakes and social engineering tactics. Simulate attacks, run drills, and make caution the norm. Invest in tech that detects AI manipulation. Look for odd video glitches or audio artifacts. Foster a culture where employees feel safe raising concerns, even about senior leaders. Security is everyone's job. A vigilant, empowered workforce is your best shield. The law is scrambling to catch up with deepfake crime. The US banned AI voices in robocalls after the Biden incident, and the FTC is cracking down on impersonation. But laws are piecemeal, and deepfakes cross borders, making prosecution tough. Different countries, different rules, and few international agreements mean criminals often get away. States are passing their own laws, but the patchwork is confusing. It's an arms race. As detection improves, so do the fakes. The solution? Stronger laws, global cooperation, and a culture of verification. The genie's out of the bottle. Now, we have to adapt.